Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to this special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see the former MVP Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons as they take on the new man, Nick Foles, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. With that, let's get on up to Jacksonville. Standing by for the call, it's our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we are 15 miles due west of the Atlantic, nestled in downtown Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. With you from the booth, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. CDR matchup here. A couple of teams last year that were really pretty similar. Both under 500, both missed the playoffs, and they both think that they can turn things around in 2019.
Yeah, how about 2018, though? A case of the haves and the have-nots. In 16-game seasons in the NFL, for the first time last year, no one finished 8-8. Now, you know that in baseball, basketball, other sports, turnarounds can take 3, 4, 5 years. In football, could just be a few months.
The Jaguars have Josh Lambo out there to get us started. And off we go from Jacksonville. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Falcons set to take over, and it's Matt Ryan at quarterback in his 12th season now. Better than 4,900 yards, third best in the league, but the Falcons did not have things go their way last year, finishing 7-9, a full 6 games out of first place. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Jones. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And here's the offense now. Charles, who's the guy you chose to highlight?
The tone setter, the guy in the middle, Alex Mack. His return, never good for the opposition.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Ryan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Freeman. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 43.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play wildcat quarterback for you as well.
To throw is Ryan. Stocker's got it. Complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And time to take a look at the Jaguar defense.
Let's get a little bit bigger light shined right here because we're talking about 2 guys. Cornerbacks Jalen Ramsey and A.J. Boye. Maybe the best tandem in the NFL. both physically able to dominate receivers. They're textbook examples of shutdown corners. Collectively, they allowed only 2 touchdowns the entire 2018 season.
25!
On second down, Freeman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Ryan. This will be caught at about the 6. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 12 yards there and a first down. And it's a clinic that we're seeing put on here so far. 6 for 6 first drive of the game for him passing.
You know I'm a defensive guy, and while I'm admiring the heck out of what they're doing, throwing the ball around, all I keep thinking is this is where the quarterback has to go down.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak, no running play. They decided to throw for it, but the pressure got to them quickly and put the quarterback down.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Check 3, check 3.
Ryan leaves with Freeman on the draw. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. From the shotgun, Ryan. This will be caught just inside the 10. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Tavecchio puts this one through, and the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. They moved the ball pretty well there on the opening drive. You think they're okay settling for 3?
I don't think they're happy about settling for 3, but I think you're exactly right with the word okay, because they threw it well, they ran it well. Excellent balance for the first drive of the game.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So Doug Marrone's Jaguars set to take over. They're led onto the field by the former third-round pick back in 2012, and that's the quarterback Nick Foles.
Love his build, love his arm. Had a Pro Bowl season with the Philadelphia Eagles, looking to scale those heights once again.
Foles and the Jags come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, 74 yards. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. He's got it, and they'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Well, before Atlanta starts this drive on offense, let's look at what the upcoming season might hold for them. 7-9 last year. Now, offensively, they still have a lot of weapons. Defensively, can they make an uptick in 2019?
They certainly have to, and you're right about the weapons on offense. Matt Ryan continues to churn out the numbers. Julio Jones is out wide, maybe the best receiver in football. Devontae Freeman makes his return healthy at running back. On the defensive side, though, Dan Quinn, their head coach, does recognize they will go as far as the defense will take them. He has taken over the reins as his defensive coordinator, his own defensive coordinator this year, and his specialty, teaching guys to rush the passer.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. This complete to Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Ryan now 10 of 10 to start the game. How about that? As he comes up on a 1st and 10. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
On 2nd and 12, Ryan, man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Gets it off to Freeman. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan, that's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
3rd and 2, now Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass, and the Falcons have retaken the lead.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Come on, QB, come on.
Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Lambo will put this one through, and that will knot us up at 10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On first down, Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Ryan to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment, takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stuff. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Freeman. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Back deep for the Jags, D.D. Westbrook. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Yeah, let's get set lunch.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Watch out, watch out.
Now Leonard Fournette. Fournette is in trouble, and he goes down to the end zone. 2 points, that's a safety. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Foles and the Jags come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Let's go, D.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against this secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those four. What a matchup that would have been, but it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history because they got the hair exactly right, and Ed had a ball up there in his Hall of Fame speech.
And remember, next year they're going to celebrate the centennial year of the NFL with a special class of 20, so get ready for those speeches.
I wonder if they'll do it like Johnny Robinson this year, who actually submitted a video instead of going up to the podium, and his speech was about 5 minutes long, which is probably about the right length.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
180. I'm coming after you.
On 2nd and 9, Foles, and that is incomplete here. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
Very difficult night for the guys on offense. They've got to be looking at each other in the huddle and on the sidelines. How are we going to find some open space to complete a pass and find open room to run? This defense all night long has squeezed down the passing lanes, made plays on the football. It's really been a thing of beauty for them. He's got to figure all day long prepping for the...
This is caught inside the 15. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Easy. Check 45 to Mike. Down to hit. Screen. Good. Here we go.
On the jet sweep, here's Westbrook. And a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 11. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Calais Campbell on the stop.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Watch the curve. Watch the curve. Yeah.
Freeman again. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's got Sanu. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Back 25. Go. Go. Check.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
This is brought in by Hardy. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the 1st. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Ryan's throw caught by Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now it's Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. DJ Hayden right there on the coverage. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Throwing again, Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back now in Jacksonville. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll look to run with Freeman. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Freeman. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Ryan. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Whenever you see a team deciding to throw the ball 3rd and 1, as a defensive player, my mindset is we've got them now, and that's why they dialed up the blitz and got after them.
But occasionally, you want to pass it on 3rd and 1. I mean, not a lot for sure, but sometimes just to keep the defense guessing.
Oh, no doubt. You want to break tendencies as you go along with a game because you don't want them to just say, oh, 3rd and 1, we know exactly what they're going to do. But in this situation, as an offensive lineman, as a running back, I'd want to know why I didn't get the football.
The kick by Tavecchio is good. And that's going to up the lead to 15-10. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Now Foles. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards on the play. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. Foles now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Foles. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
Foles. And Conley's got it over the middle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
He'll look to throw. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Tack McKinley. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football.
Still 2nd down.
Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Keep going right at him.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Watch the run. Watch the run.
He'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Looking to throw. And able to find Conley. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So they're on that play. Offensively, they were in the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 6-yard line.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Foles. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end, and it's 3rd and short. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He'll look to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Foles, clock moving, trying to hurry everybody up to the line of scrimmage. So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up, pick them up. And someone jumped.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. His pass caught at the 4. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
The touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. So Matt Ryan of the offense, down by a field goal, a little over 30 seconds remaining. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. He's back to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Single.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the third time tonight. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the third time tonight. This to potentially send us to overtime.
Yeah, baby. We got it.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.